I haven't been outside for real, but I hope it is. I ain't gonna lie to you, cause I'm trying to, you feel me? Try some foods and things of that nature. I got this fucking, I think from wearing that fucking jersey on Thursday, and I wiped my face with it, and you know it's dirty. I think that shit got me. Ain't gonna lie to you. Shit looks bad. All right, let's get right into it. Appreciate everybody for pulling up again. I know a lot of people are gonna catch this after because I'm finna speed run through this because I gotta get ready and shit. I guess not speed run, but you know what I mean. So today we are doing Miss Rosa Parks. Miss Rosa. Today we are doing Miss Rosa Parks. He said, soon I'll be 7 years old. My mama told me. Filters. Alright. Okay, so we are doing Miss Rosa Parks today. Okay. Bro, what? Where's the timeline at? Okay. Alright, so 28 days of Black Impact. If you guys are not familiar, when it keeps saying it every day to the end of the 28 days. We are doing 28 Days of Black Impact. The series highlights the influence of African American figures, showcasing their contributions and significance in shaping culture and history. Each day focuses on a different individual, revealing their stories and the impact they've had on society. Post said, "What's good, Ken? I'll be right back." Post. If I'm not live, Post, I'm gonna go live again later in like an hour or so. What time is it? Yeah, I'll go live. I'm gonna go live again in like an hour or so. If you don't catch this, all right. Rosa Louise Macaulay Parks. Rosa Louise Macaulay Parks was an American civil rights activist, and she was best known as the mother of the civil rights movement. Okay. So, who was Rosa Parks? Rosa Parks was born on February 4th, 1913, in Tuskegee, Alabama. Her mom, Leona, was a teacher, and her father, James, was a carpenter. Growing up in Alabama, she's seen a lot of segregation and violence. During her childhood, she remembered that she heard of a lot of black people being found dead. Shit's crazy. Being a black woman in America. When Rosa was 12, she attended Montgomery Industrial School for girls, where she received vocational training, nursing, things of that. You know what I mean? Skills needed. But the school shut down in 1928, and she would then go to Booker T. Washington Junior High School. After she leaves school, she would work as a maid in white homes. And in the 1950s, black women who worked as maids in white homes would often face sexual violence. Okay. Black History Month today. Since the first Negro History Week in 1926, other countries have joined the United States in celebrating black people and their contribution to history and culture, including Canada, the UK, Germany, and Netherlands. Today, Black History Month continues the discussion of black people and their contributions through activities such as museum exhibits and film screenings, and by encouraging the study of achievements by African Americans year-round. Call her Rosa Parks. In 1931, at the age of 19, Rosa Parks would be introduced to her soon-to-be husband, Raymond Parks. And in 1932, the two got married at Rosa's mom's house. In 1933, Rosa Parks completed her high school education with encouragement from Raymond. At the time, in Alabama, only 7% of black people held a high school diploma, which is crazy. That's crazy. Can't stop her. In 1941, she began working at Maxwell Air Force Base. The base was fully integrated, and she took the bus with whites. But when she returned home, she was required to use segregated buses. This opened up her eyes, providing an alternative reality to the ugly racial policies of Jim Crow. In 1943, Rosa Parks would attend the Montgomery chapter for the NAACP, the National Association of Colored People all around America. The National African American Association for Colored People. And in December, she was elected to the chapter's secretary. Although she said, I was the only woman there and they needed a secretary, and I was too timid to say no. So basically, nigga, she only did it because she had to do it type. You feel me? To bring about change, you must not be afraid to take the first step. We will fail when we fail to try. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. To bring about change, you must not be afraid to take the first step. We will fail when we fail to try. That's powerful. That's tough. That's tough. Believing is seeing. There were several obstacles preventing black people from registering to vote in Alabama. And in 1940, less than 0.1% of black Montgomeryans were registered to vote. Encouraged by NAACP activist E.D. Nixon, she attempted to register 3 times beginning in 1943 and then succeeded in 1945. The change. In 1944, Parks began investigating the gang rape of Racy Taylor, a black woman from Abbeville. Parks and other civil rights activists organized the Committee for Equal Justice for Mrs. Racy Taylor. This was said to have been launching the strongest campaign for equal justice to be seen in a decade. Ultimately, the state failed to secure indictments for the assailants after a second grand jury hearing in 1945, a year later. Christian, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat, Mahadi. Welcome. How you doing, Christian? Montgomery buses. In 1900, Montgomery had segregated buses. At that time, many blacks boycotted the segregation, and the boycotts resulted in an ordinance that said no rider had to surrender a seat unless another was available. And then they also said bus drivers were given policeman-like authority to determine where racial divisions were enforced. Hey, this black person needs to get up their seat, but this white person doesn't need to give up their seat. Shit's sick. I wasn't tired. On December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks would board a bus after she got off of work. She would sit in the middle section of the bus, and as the ride went along, all the whites only seats would fill up. Because there's a black in the back, and then I guess the front will probably be white only, right? The bus driver would demand blacks to give up their seats, and she would be the only one to refuse. The bus driver called the police, and then later she was arrested for violating the Montgomery Municipal Code. Parks was taken to Montgomery City Hall and later bailed out by her husband and E.D. Nixon. Okay. They wasn't trying to give her a call, and she was able to call. She called her husband, E.D. Nixon, and then pulled up E.D. Nixon and her husband pulled up, bailed her out. You feel me? So, stand for something or you will fall for anything. Today's mighty oak is yesterday's nut that held its ground. Stand for something or you will fall for anything. A lot of people need to hear that, bro, because a lot of people are not doing that. Standing for something or you will fall for anything. Today's mighty oak is yesterday's nut that held its ground. Do you guys know what oak trees are? Oak trees are the big, grow hundreds of feet. Tough. Okay. Finish what you started. After the boycott ended, Parks experienced financial hardship and later health problems. In 1957, she relocated to Detroit, Michigan, and she continued to advocate for civil rights, supporting people such as Joanne Little, Angela Davis, Joe Madison, Nelson Mandela, and more. She was also a supporter of the Black Power movement and an anti-apartheid activist, participating in protests and conferences as part of the Free South Africa movement. And in 1987, she co-founded the Rosa and Raymond Parks Institute for Self-Development with Elaine Steele. YSL Steele. Look at that. Long live Rosa. After Rosa Parks' death in 2005, she was honored with public viewings and memorial services in 3 different cities. One in Montgomery, one in Washington, D.C., and in Detroit, where she was ultimately interred at Woodlawn Cemetery. Parks received many awards and honors both throughout her life and after her death. She received the Presidential Medal of Honor and a Congressional Gold Medal. And she was the first Black African to be memorialized in the National Statuary Hall. What'd you say, Ebony? Never mind, it's cold now. I mean, it's probably a little cold. It'll be alright. I mean, it is still kind of winter a little bit. Greatest of all time. In 1963, the SCLC established the Rosa Parks Freedom Award. And in 1965, she received the Dignity Overdue Award from the Afro-American Broadcasting Company. The Capitol Press Club presented her with the Martin Luther King Award in 1968, and in 1979, the NAACP awarded her the Spingarn Medal. In 1983, she was inducted into the Michigan Women's Hall of Fame, and the following year, in 1984, she received the Candace Award for the National Coalition of 100 Black Women. In 1992, she received the Peace Abbey Courage of Conscience Award. And in the following year, in 1993, she was inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame. Now, mind you, she has so many more. Like, bro, the list was crazy, bro. This is just a small few, and this doesn't even do it justice. She had so many different awards that she accomplished, bro. Miss Rosa Parks. Miss Rosa Parks. W's to her. Shout out to Miss Rosa Parks. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We out this bit. I will see y'all in if you want to watch, I'm probably gonna go live like 6:30 to be honest. Maybe like 6:30 to be honest. 6:30 like for real in an hour. I'm gonna go live. Make sure y'all catch it. Turn the notifications on. I appreciate y'all. KenWorthTV. We out this bit.
Open my eyes, now I'm seeing through 3. Baby, no, I'm no man. If you tell me you love me, then love me for me. I done went through some pain, used to fuck on my brain, I was dodging my sleep. Grabbed some tree in the cup, I was mixing it up, then I turned on the beat. I mix and I hop in the booth, that was like who turned on the heat. Lane to lane, I'm switching the gears too fast, I'm going down the street. Better days, I'm changing my ways, cause I got a family to feed. Never hated or throwing no shade, cause I'm always minding my beat. I knew this day would come, just you and I. It's do or die, it's all God's working, we just being supervised. If I got the time today, I check the mood inside. Keep your friends about our business, it's just you and I.